everyone, my name is Jessica Xu, and today I will be presenting our research on optimizing out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest survival in Singapore through data-driven AED placement, risk prediction, and volunteer allocation. This work was conducted as part of a non-trivial fellowship. Out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest, or OHCA, is a leading cause of sudden deaths worldwide, with survival rates often below 10%. In Singapore, this challenge is compounded by an aging population and a densely packed urban landscape. Current systems for AED placement and volunteer responses aren't keeping pace with demand, particularly in high-risk areas. Our research aims to change this by using data-driven strategies to optimize survival rates across the city. To tackle this problem, we first developed a risk prediction model using XGBoost regression. This model focuses out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest incidence based on factors like population density, elderly ratios, socioeconomic vulnerabilities, and transit exposure. By combining strategic demographic data with dynamic mobility patterns, we can identify high-risk areas before emergencies happen. The model achieved an R-squared score of 0.642, demonstrating strong predictive power. For example, it flagged the city center and eastern residential zones as particularly high-risked. With these risk insights, we then designed an AED optimization model to ensure life-saving devices are placed when they are needed most. Singapore is divided into 332 subzones, and our model used a weighted approach to balance coverage between high-risk areas and spatial equity. The results here shows a 23.8% reduction in coverage disparity. But AED alone aren't enough. We also need trained volunteers to respond quickly. Our volunteer dispatch model uses assignment algorithms to match CPR-trained responders with high-risk subzones, factoring in geographic accessibility and real-time availability. So far, the model has achieved 44% coverage of priority areas and with average response time of 8.4 minutes. With this in progress, it also highlights gaps to address, such as recruiting more volunteers in underserved regions. All of this is powered by robust data integration. We use Singapore subzone boundary maps for spatial reference, 2020 census data for demographics, and geocoded AED locations for precision. We perform spatial joins, normalization, and quality checks to ensure accuracy, and simulated mobility patterns using an origin-destination matrix. One limitation of our reliance is on the simulated out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest data. Future work will need to incorporate real-time incident record to further validate the model. Diving deeper into the risk model, we found that factors like HDB housing ratios, total population flows, and historical out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest rates are key predictors. The model outputs a heat map that visualizes the risk hotspots, giving emergency planners a clear roadmap for where to focus resources. The impact of our AED optimization model is twofold. It's not only improving the coverage equity, but also ensures operational feasibility. By setting a minimal AED count per subzone while prioritizing high-risk area, we've created a system that's both efficient and practical to implement. Looking ahead, we plan to integrate real-time data and behavioral insights with refined volunteer dispatch. For example, understanding patterns in volunteer availability and bystander behavior can help us further reduce response time. Pilot studies with local health authority will be crucial for testing this enhancement. Dashboard designed for policymakers. Here, you can explore the cardiac arrest risk assessment for every subzone in Singapore, including predicted OHCA incidents based on our demographic and spatial data. This visualizes high-risk areas, current AED locations, and optimized volunteer assignments, and empower data-driven decisions, ensuring life-saving resources are deployed where they're needed the most. No model is perfect, and ours is no exception. We currently assume uniform volunteer availability, which doesn't account for behavioral variability. Additionally, while stimulated data let us build a proof of concept, real-world validation is the next essential step. This is why further effort will focus on real-time integration, streamlining OHCA alerts, AED user record, and mobility data into the system. We're also exploring partnership with emergency services to pilot the model in selected subzones, moving from theory to real-world impact. So we'll focus on scalability and continuous improvement in the years to come. To recap, our research developed a comprehensive data-driven framework for improving out-of-hospital sudden cardiac arrest survival rates. By combining risk prediction, optimized AED placements, and volunteer dispatch, we have created a scalable solution that can perform public health policy and save lives. Thank you for your time today. We're excited about the potential of this work and welcome any question or collaboration opportunities. Together, we can turn data into action and make our cities safer for everyone.